For me, I think the biggest thing that football taught me was how to overcome adversity.
At some point in your life, you're going to have some tough times.
You have to have that next play mentality.
That cohesiveness and that working together, that's really something special that you can't get in a lot of other areas.
When you practice that and you live that in other phases of your life, it becomes second nature because all you know how to do is fight.
It's not an easy game. If it were easy, everyone would do it.
You start to appreciate the smaller contributions that people make. You don't just look at the big one because you knew it took 6 or 7 other guys who are unsung.
And you can't take shortcuts and be successful.
Doing what they do to make it possible for the guy getting the press clippings or whatever it might be.
In this game, whether it's as a coach or a player.
So I would certainly say that you definitely got a very quick lesson in how to overcome adversity playing football.
Welcome to another edition of Talking Ball with the Czar. I'm Emory Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, here on the campus of Howard University, home of the Bison, with head football coach Mike London. Coach, appreciate you taking time.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
You've coached everywhere, and you've always been known as a great teacher, both positionally, schematically. How important is that to coaching, to you as a coach, and also do you feel as though that's a lost art of coaching?
You know, we talk about a development of a player or of a person and taking the whole A to Z approach. And, basic fundamentals, understanding the grasp of why you're asking them to do certain things, because we always want to go, we want to go right to the finished product, the end product. But along the way, a base, sound, fundamental way about coaching and teaching and explaining it is something critical to the success of the young man that you're coaching. And so if you take that kind of an A to Z approach, sometimes we get impatient. That's probably one of my weakest points that I need to work on is patience, but at the same time you understand that it's critical to a success. So if it's an A, B, C, D approach and it's not going as fast as we want it to, our human nature is prone to go A, B, L, M, N, O. You got to go back to the fundamentals again. And I think if you spend time on that and showing the player why and the importance of hand placement, of a stance, of communication, that later on, his opportunities will be successful because you spent the dedicated amount of time needed to do that.
You were a national champion at Richmond, coach of the year at Virginia, and last year you were having great success working with the Maryland Terrapins. This job opened up. What made this opportunity unique, and what made you jump at this one once it came available?
Yeah, that's a great question. To me, timing is always important to encounters, things that come around your way. I believe, my principles of who I am, faith, family, and football are those aspects of what I believe in and trust and believe in. And so an opportunity was presented, to come here and be the head coach at Howard, a great academic institution. I'm from the Tidewater area, the 757, as people talk about all the time. My wife is from that area. In this profession, you can't always pick and choose where you want to coach. And a lot of times, I believe, Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and for your future." And I've been blessed with a chance to coach at every level. And so I'm at a place now that I believe that has the same philosophy about, bringing young men along in terms of what they do in the classroom, have a chance to put a point of emphasis on the type of program that you want. I brought in good coaches. My son coaches on this staff. I'm still close to home, and I just believe in the mindset and what the mission statement of this university that other places I've been, the William & Mary's, Richmond's, Boston College, Virginia's, is that the 21st century relies on producing educated young men. And if you can be a part of that and shaping and molding and influencing that type of young man, then do it. And then you add all the other things, family-wise, personal decisions about regionally, location-wise. I mean, it made sense for me. I was talking to you before, You know, I'm kind of a Tony Dungy kind of guy, and you know, it's important that a guy that influenced me over the years, that we stand on the back, all of us stand on the shoulders of somebody that helped us. There comes a time when it's time for you to be the guy that somebody else stands on the shoulders of, and you bring coaches along, you bring young men along, and you do it in a way that there's a platform that will allow you to do it. And it doesn't matter to me the level, because I've been at all levels, been fortunate at that. You know, I am where my feet are right here at Howard University. I'm excited about being here.
And it's a great academic institution. The football side of it, I think a lot of people don't understand the history and tradition here. Do you feel as though Howard is a sleeping giant program?
I do. I believe that. You know, we talk about DMV. The D to me means DC. I know there's, you know, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, but DC is you're right next to the world's most powerful city. You have an alumni group that a Howard degree talks about professionals that are placed almost in every professional genre there is. There's someone that's got a Howard degree. Your network of people. It's a school that has such a high academic reputation. It's a place that wants to win, wants to compete athletically, through resources, through support from President Frederick and AD Kerry Davis. You know, it's been phenomenal. So there's 1993 was the last time they won the championship, and I've heard from a lot of the alumni that were on that team, and alumni that didn't play sports, but how that galvanized, you know, a university. We want to bring honor and integrity back to this school. We want to do it the right way, but we also want to show that you can have the best of both worlds, an academic acumen and also being a great football player.
You've played in the NFL, you've coached in the NFL, you've coached college football at every level like you mentioned. You're a football lifer, and that takes passion, it takes love. What is it about the game that you love the most?
Well, the biggest thing is, I believe sport, for me personally, football mimics life in a lot of ways. I mean, first and foremost, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a son, and then I'm a football coach. My identity is in all those things, being a father and a husband. What I do for a living, for a vocation, is coaching. But when you look at the things that happen in life, it's eerily similar sometimes to things that happen, you know, on the gridiron, on the playing field of our lives. You have to deal with adversity. You have to deal with success. You have to find a way to find common ground for young men to learn that, you know, it's about effort and energy, and you can make a difference in terms of your influence, because leadership, all leadership is your ability to influence. And you can do it in a negative way, or you can do it in a positive way. And so if you can be a model of showing leadership by what you do, what you say, sharing that passion and that energy with the young men that you're around, then that's how you affect the next one. Each one, take one, teach one. And so, you know, having those opportunities to build programs, be around, like I said, I got a great staff, people that work here, phenomenal opportunity here to influence another next generation.
And what would you say the game taught you? Because we know it teaches you a ton of lessons. What would you say football taught you?
Yeah, you know, it's not over till it's over. You know, it's interesting. Never let man put a period where God can put a comma. And it just didn't mean an end to one situation. You know, to me, because of my faith, it means it's a new beginning to another opportunity. And, you know, young men out there, you know, they're so tied up in their identity just being a football player. And then when that ends, when that comes crashing down, they have nothing else they feel that there's value to. But if you have an opportunity to take a young man like that and talk about all the things you are, we get heavily involved in the community service. I mean, the story of me being a bone marrow donor to my daughter and saving her life, we get heavily involved in that because that's a part of your personal brand that people need to know. That's not only what's on the front of your jersey, it's what's on the back of your jersey, and that's your last name. So when you show that you can be other things other than just a football player, then you prepare yourself for life. You prepare yourself for those things that are going to occur, are going to happen, that may require a split-second decision, that may require you to think about it with a calm head and prevail, may require you to call a friend and think about doing something before you actually do it. We were talking earlier about, you know, we're free to make choices but not choose the consequences. And so all those things about what football has done for me, mimics life and life's decisions, life's choices, and I believe that sport overall is, I think, it's a guiding force for a lot of us that do this for a living.
Any program success is directly tied to philosophy and everybody buying into that philosophy, whether it's from, the academic side to the, ancillary things around campus to the staff here and also the players. What's your philosophy and how you're getting everybody to buy into that philosophy here at Howard?
That's, again, when you talk about over the course of the years, we're all products of things that have influenced us, people that have influenced us, where we've been, jobs we've had, our family experiences, our playing experiences, and having been a coach for a long while, one of the things that we talk about as far as here are standards that we set, not necessarily rules, but standards of trying to attract and recruit this kind of young man. And the standards for us, as far as the team is concerned, and the culture being set, is a go-to-class standard. Second is show class, and how you handle adversity and how you handle success. Show class in all areas. And then the last one, treat people with dignity and respect. So for me personally, faith, family, and football are the things that I try to govern how I do things. But from a culture standpoint, a go-to-class, because it's important, and that they become an educated man. I mean, particularly in the 21st century, all the technologies, what's going on in the world right now, become educated. Show class, and we have the things we call Real Talk Tuesdays and Thursdays, where we talk about different things that are going on in the world, sexual assault and awareness, drug and alcohol abuse, how to handle conflict, media, just all those different things that a guy will have to know and be educated upon, and not just be judged about what he does on the football field. And then again, the treat people with dignity and respect is formed out of the faith part for me. So as a standard, as an organization, we want guys like that. We want to attract guys like that view an education as being critically important, that view how you handle success as well as how you handle things that happen to you personally on the field, in relationships, whatever it is. We want guys like that, and then we want to treat people the way they should be treated. And I want a parent to know that if their son comes here, I want to treat your parent like my child, but at the same time there'll be tough love, there'll be correction, but there'll be fist pumping and hugging on and jumping on, chest bumping, all those things. And I think that's, again, it goes back to how sport really mimics life as well.
Howard has a great reputation globally for their academics. It's an HBCU, historically black college and university. It's a significant place in America, and HBCU football also has a significant place in college football. How significant is HBCU football, Howard University, and why does that mean a lot to you to be the head coach here?
I've learned a lot being here at Howard and walking the campus here, and knowing that you walk by a place called Founders Hall, which has historical artifacts that have happened over the course of time, and you see things from a historical perspective that just gives you an immense amount of pride, as an African American coach. I'm a football coach, but at the same time there is recognition that there's a distinction of some of the HBCU schools that have been doing this for a long time, and the amount of pride that the alumni have, that people have, about these universities. Howard, again, as I said, is a school that has such a tremendous academic reputation that puts people all over the world, and they're working in all kinds of genres. They're professionals at every level, and they're highly successful professionals. So it's always important that I'm a stakeholder, I'm a shareholder, and I already believe in the message that you understand that, and that now it's my job also to take that and influence these young men that come here, step out in the community to talk about the virtues and the important things that a Howard degree or opportunity or experience can have. Graduation is next week, and I'll be there. There's a Thursday evening, there's a Friday, there's a Saturday going. I'll be there because I want to experience the experience and see the faces and the immense amount of pride that our young people and professionals that came back to get a degree or technical learning here. So the importance of it is critical, and being a part of it is something I feel fortunate. I feel fortunate to be a part of it.
Coach, we know student athletes nowadays have a ton of options. It seems like the country has become smaller with television, internet. Everybody can watch everybody on TV and things of that nature. Why would a student athlete choose Howard University?
Well, first of all, the common theme, I guess, of our conversation today has been one of a school that has such an academic reputation. It's a beacon, for other places, for any other opportunities. And the other thing is the network of people that have gone on and done great things in their professional lives, that reach back and have an immense amount of pride in reaching back to assist and help and include them in their network. You look at Howard, you look at, again, the professional development and the placement. It's as high as there are any other schools that are in the country. And I always joke with the guys, there's a 17-to-1 female to male ratio. So you should come here and understand that these young ladies that go to school here, they are smart, articulate, and educated. And they're going to, the fields that they're involved in, there's a nursing school, there's a teaching. I mean, there's a tremendous opportunities, not only for females, but for males, for anybody. Professionals come here and take classes. Professional organizations come to our business school and they recruit students that are in our classes. The internships, you're in DC, you're near Baltimore. We talked about you're close to the world's most powerful city, and the alumni that are there. We talked about some students going abroad to have internships that locally, or go back home, because there's a large contingent of Howard alumni that went back to their communities and now are in position to reach out and help them. So I think it's just not a 3 or 4 year decision. It's a 25+ year decision because of all the other people that get brought into the umbrella once you say yes.
And looking at how you guys did in the spring, a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. I know you get ready to get started. I'm excited to see you kick this thing off in 2017, this upcoming September, and we wish you the best luck moving forward. Wish you the best taking time.
I appreciate it. Thanks for your time, and look forward to seeing you be my guest.
Oh, absolutely.
So go Bisons.